Hello, you guys. Good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mayya, and I am your host of Motivation and Muscles with Mayya. What's happening? Okay. Yes, it is another gloomy day here in Atlanta. I had to stop work for a second. I had to run a quick errand because come on, sweetie. This time of the year is such a weird time for me, but I know for a fact for a lot of other people, right? Okay, let's see. And I wanted to, well, first of all, I'm a little upset. I had a video I was going to post today that I just deleted. My mind is crap right now. But anyway, I am not here to hold or to host a pity party. But I do want to, look at that, all of that fell. I do, hold on, you guys, everything just fell. Oh boy, okay, let's get our lives together. Okay, once again, I don't want to hold a pity party. That is not why I started this channel, right? I started this channel because I wanted to kind of document and to share with you guys my journey to this stage. I bodybuild. There's a new division called wellness. I will be participating in the wellness division probably sometime in April. We haven't received the 2022 schedule yet, but I wanted to document my entire journey and the wins and the losses and all that good stuff. However, I also want to just talk about just real life stuff, right? And again, I know that this time of the year is quite strange for people, for a lot of people, in the sense that life, in the sense that people are grieving, grieving the loss of just a lot, not just people and loved ones, but just grieving, period. Maybe you've moved to a new state or a new city and you know no one, and you may feel a ways, disconnected. I don't know, but I know for me, I am not ready to share, but I will one day. But instead of coming into my car and crying like I really want to, instead I am choosing to, number one, acknowledge that I'm a bit sad, and that's okay. And number two, that another way for me, I'm not saying this applies to everyone, but for me, when I'm in a bit of a funk or if I'm sad, I am starting to condition my mind to serve others. And since I do have this platform, I'm choosing to serve my subscribers. So I want to first start by, are you gonna let me in? I want to say thank you for anyone and everyone who has decided to tune in and listen to me ramble about any and everything. But I want to remind you that if you are feeling down and you are feeling sad, or if you're angry, whatever the case may be, let me share something with you. You are not alone, and the enemy wants you to believe that you're alone and that you are the only one feeling the way you're feeling, and the enemy will entice you through your mind, because it happens to me too, to isolate yourself. And sometimes isolation is good for a period of time, but to isolate for hours and hours and days where no one can get in contact with you, unacceptable. We need each other. The enemy will tell you, you got this girl by yourself. That's not true. We need each other. As human beings, we need one another. We need to know that we are valued. We need to know that we're loved. We need to know that we are needed. So I want to let you know, although I am sad, and let's be clear, a lot of this sadness, I think, a large part of it is there is no sun, and there hasn't been a lot of sun in Atlanta. There's been some spurts of sun, but recently it's been pretty dreary outside and a little cold and gray. And I do understand that can play with your psyche as well, because you can sit down and say, I don't even know why I'm sad, but vitamin D is vital. So I want to get that out the way. But just know, you're not alone. And we need to start having these conversations with one another, not so I or anybody can get you out of your funk, but just so you can have a different perspective. Just a different perspective. Just to kind of come together as community. No drama, no hate. But just to remind one another that it's going to be okay. We just have to be patient. I know I get a lot of people, like at my job and at the gym, how did your hair grow so long? I haven't noticed that it's grown this long. Want to know why? Because number one, I don't pay attention to it. I do the bare minimum. And the biggest thing is I have patience with my hair. If you treat it right, it'll grow. It'll grow. But the biggest thing is patience. We want things to turn around for us so quickly. Just as quickly as things went awry in our lives, we want it to disappear just as quick. I'm not exempt from that feeling. I felt the same way. But what I would like for each and every one of you to do who is going through a trial, because it's three things: either you're going into a trial, coming out of a trial, or you're in a trial. One of those three, right? Going through, coming out, or currently in, right? If you are going through a trial right now, instead of praying to God saying, let this be over, let this be done, I'm challenging you to start changing your perspective on your prayers and asking, what am I to learn from this prayer? We all have an ex-boyfriend, right? This is a good example, right? They're our ex-boyfriends for a reason. We don't go back to that, right? But the question is not so much that we have gotten rid of that person or we're no longer a part of that person's life, but what did we learn so we can ensure that our next relationship, that your next relationship will not be identical. You will not make the same mistakes as you've made before. I'm not saying that you are the big reason why, but we have to all take some accountability. And I know my exes, I ain't going back to that. Well, I'm not, because I'm married, but you know, there is no going backwards. Not for me and not for you. So chin up. I'm so thankful that I had to run this errand because I had to get out of the house. My office, oh, I can't stand it when people cut me off. But you know what? I'm going to take my foot off the accelerator. I'm going to back off. Okay. But I don't even know what I was saying because the Goofy in the Mustang. Oh, I am so thankful I had this errand to run. Because in my office, my office is in my walk-in closet and I have no windows. But I can feel like I needed to get out. So, yeah. And I was planning on coming in this car and having a good cry. Which there's nothing wrong with having a good cry. But instead, I am choosing, and not to say I'm not going to cry later, let's be clear, but I am choosing to serve, to deposit into someone else, to not so much focus on pain, because it's not going to last always. Yeah. You're going to be okay. And I'm going to be okay. And okay doesn't mean that the pain is going to go away instantly. No. Sometimes we just have to be broken to recognize that we serve a God who understands what we're currently going through, because he's gone through the same thing and worse. And I know for some it's like, Mayya, that does not help me. I get it, because sometimes we are ruled and controlled by our pain, me included. And I must admit that there are times where I allow my pain and grief to dictate my behavior. I'm learning. I am learning not to nurture my pain. It doesn't serve me. And instead of sitting in my pain, I'm doing something about it. Yeah. So I am not here on this platform to take away your pain. I am just trying to give you a different perspective on how to deal with pain, because that's something that unites us all. So really, in a perfect world, there should be no hate. There should be no drama, because we all hurt. It's been tough since the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. It's been a ride. It's been interesting. It's been tough. And we just need to be kinder to people who appear and who act like they don't need love and need people. And I know that's hard when people mistreat you. It's like, you want me to love this person that did X, Y, and Z? And the answer is yes. Is it tough? Oh, yes, it is. But just think about the relationship between you and Christ. There are many, 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 many times where you may appear unlovable to God, right? But He loves us despite ourselves. So, I don't know if this was encouraging or not. I understand how this time of the year can cause people to be a recluse from the world. And yeah, and maybe this time next year we can go live and we can kind of talk about some things and get real about some things. And yeah, I just want to serve people. And is that going to bring me millions of subscribers? Probably not. And that is okay. I think when I looked at my analytics, I either have 6 or 9 subscribers, and I'm okay with that. I just pray that this message touches somebody. Because I know for me, it's a struggle every single day to get up in the morning, you know? I know for me, that's when the enemy is really trying hard to attack my mind, you know? And he's not going to win. He's not going to win on so many levels. Just the mere fact that I'm a servant of Christ, he's already lost. So I really hope and pray that for those who are struggling today, who have been struggling, that this message was just to make you smile just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Get out of the house and do something. I do have an Instagram, and my handle is moving through grief 2020, and I added the 2020 because that's when I started it in 2020, and I just kind of post messages on there that talks about mental health, you know, a little bit of exercising, because I'm telling you, my saving grace is waking up every morning at 3:10 to go to that gym, to move. Not just because the early bird catches the worm, but because through my own pain and grief, it is vital that I move my body and move my mind. If not, I become stale and stagnant. So, I love each and every one of you guys. I love my future subscribers. Thank you. My current subscribers. Thank you. I'm so thankful for this platform, just to be able to have an outlet that I have been pretty consistent. Now, let's be clear. I have started a natural hair channel. Oh my goodness, years ago. I wasn't consistent. What else did I try? I tried, but listen, this is the only one that I've been consistent with. So I'm thankful, and that puts a smile on my face. But what doesn't put a smile on my face is I had some footage from 2 days ago I wanted to upload today, and I just looked at it and deleted it. Like, what? I mean, I just consciously deleted the footage. But you know what? There is no use of crying over spilled milk. Yeah, so anyway, I am going to stop rambling. I love you. I'm almost home, and I got to get back to work. And if you need anything, you know what to do. Put it down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe. love you. I'll talk to you soon.